Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have some more Link to the Past Season 5 playoffs. We have on the right, we have Willard J. Bradley of WJPDTB and Ramon on the left from the Divine Beastie Boys. We have Europe versus the US. We have cross keys with some pseudo boots, so we'll be moving fast, but we won't be bonking very well, at least not at the beginning. My name is Tracy, and with me today is the Titan. How are you doing, Titan?
Doing absolutely fine. Thank you for joining me here. And we're gonna have some really fun cross keys today.
Yeah, I mean, cross keys is cross keys. Like, you know, people talk about trolley cross key seeds, and you know, I tend to say, wake me when it's not a trolley seed. So there's going to be a troll. There's going to be something, because cross keys does that. We'll see who can come out on top here. Willard playing for his team's playoff life. With the Divine Beastie Boys having gone up 2-0 already, Willard's going to try and hope for a Game 4, which would be scheduled for whenever the runners would be ready to do that. I'm not sure who would play that, but we'll find out. We would find out if it happens. so I see the hash. I just noticed. I'm sorry. You're about to say something that's probably really interesting, but I just noticed there's 3 mushrooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if we're gonna have a troll this seed, it's gonna be the mushroom.
Yeah, I know, right?
That seed. Oh wow!
Well, Moon Pearl immediately in Link's house. Now, I mean, Ramon's not going to miss that, but
that's one of the
that's pretty interesting.
You can find.
Oh, we get the worst Sank start. Oh, I hate Sank in the castle. It just doesn't give you a whole lot of flexibility in starting places. So, yeah, Ramon getting the GT big key, though, which is usually not the big key you want to find. We hope we don't need that.
Yeah, that unlocks from very, very off locations. And that's a pod really early.
It's a really early pod. We can get 1 item in Logic, and if Ramon wants to do a Mimic Clip, he can get 2 items on the right side, but I have it. I remember listening to a race he did with Fear Agent commentating that apparently Ramon tends to stay very much more in Logic than most players. So I'm not really surprised that he doesn't do the Mimic Club here, even if he is capable of doing it. And there's that Moon Pearl for him.
We did find left. Left
TR.
Left TR, yeah.
I think that was arrows.
I could not for the life of me see what was on there.
Yeah, because it was right on the HUD and the the magic bar and the bomb thing, the item bar was in the way, and I think I saw arrows, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we found 3 dungeons in less than a minute and a half.
Yeah, I mean, desert kind of doesn't count, kind of does count, because this part of desert, of course, you can't get to the back of it, but it is 5 items. Only 1 of which we can get right now. Meanwhile, Ramon doing kind of the standard start because he didn't do this right away. Ooh, Canis Mari for Willard. So at least that's a weapon he can use, and he has magic to use it with.
Yeah,
Ramon wants to do this quick check over here at the potion shop, and then it's going to do a second fake flipper, and in order to do a full hand play to get some early money. Willard seeing a bottle on the torch. Probably not going to come back for that at all. I mean, there is some niche case. I mean, there's 4 bottles, so probably you find one before you find Sick Kid, or before that one becomes relevant. But
yeah,
he knows it's there just in case. And we did find Hookshot Cave, but without any ability to get any of the items. Willard decides not to follow the connector, especially with only 3 hearts. Who knows where that spits you out?
So yeah, we have Super Boots. As you noticed, that's why you didn't get that lamp knockdown.
And Willard says no to Eastern. That was the last game that we just had on this channel. Eastern Skippers. Eastern Palace and Cross Keys is a really interesting one because it can have some good stuff early, but it also could be a big time sink, especially if you go beyond the first 2 chests, especially if you go to the 4th out of Logic chest. And
that was a Smith.
Well, you're not going to be able to.
Side.
Yeah, you're almost certainly not going to be able to pick up or beat the dungeon.
Yeah, we did find the Smiths in the wrong side of the village. And the bomb will hatch.
Yep. Hopefully that doesn't become relevant. It's always nice to have a cross key where you don't ever get myths to open up the extra things that the myths open up. But really, our items, like, what if we've got a moon pearl, pretty significant, but can't do anything with it until we find a good connector. We got a cane of Samaria, which is nice. It's a weapon.
So we got something.
And we have a GT big key that we hope never to use.
I'm not sure about cross keys logic, but you need a bow for the top of GT.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
That's all.
You need a bow, you need a fire source, and you need the big key. No small keys for the first 2 checks, 3 small keys for the 3rd one, and all 4 for the 4th one. So yeah, the Helma room can be in logic with 0 small keys, which is kind of scary with an early big key.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course you need the hook shot for the last check to be in logic as well. Oh, it's a single. I was right. It was arrows, but it was arrow, so it was close.
WJPDTB did find the rat hut with bombs, so he found that a bit.
That's a really nice thing to find early in cross keys. Especially if it's in a good location, which this could be if we get an early flute. Kakariko not... Oh, sometimes, Kakariko is such a weird location, because sometimes you could have a start spot right there, and sometimes if you have the flute, it's really good, but... and you usually have to go back there a few times. Okay, this is big. Ramon says yes to Eastern Palace.
I like this play.
Yeah, and Willard finds Paradox Cave, which he's got a cane and some bombs to kill the Moldorms. Although technically you don't actually need to kill the Moldorms. You could save and quit out of there, or if you die, you just the big thing is you want to make sure you get all the items.
Yeah, but you're in the middle of the village and you
don't really want to have to come back, but like the items could be really important.
Yeah.
I think I saw a Turtle Rock small key in there.
Yeah, walking out is preferable here because this is in the middle of the village. We want to
absolutely.
Walk out.
I just mean that if you don't make it all the way through, you want to at least make sure you get all the items.
Oh, that's Tower Smoke.
Yeah, well, might start seeing some of those, that early big key. Or it could be bait.
Yeah.
Of course, we haven't seen where Ganon is, and that could still be a thing. Vanilla Ganon is possible.
We're choosing to exit a different exit, and
yeah, it's an interesting choice, especially since the one he chose is, with only 2 hearts, you only get 1 shot at the bomb jump to get back out.
Willard doesn't know about where Sank is.
That's true, he does not. And we got Super Bunny Cave, and we're gonna do it. The second worst connector of the game, the worst being Spiral Cave. The one way, and you can. It's one way. It's got 2 items, so Spiral Cave has only 1 item. So
yeah,
I call Spiral worse because of that, and because you cannot hit Spiral Cave from the backside and get the item. Whereas Super Bunny, you might get lucky.
Now, this cave without the mirror or the hookshot, it's about as bad because it is a very long.
Oh, it's very, very long. Okay, let's see what we got here. And meantime, Ramon's on his last check in Eastern. I don't think he's gotten anything out of it. Big key to Hera. Okay, and a small key to Desert. The small key to Desert is interesting. We've seen Front of Desert already, so it's 2 items that are behind the lamp. Specifically the lamp, since the Fire Rod does not put that in logic. And we have Death Mountain access for Willard. East Death Mountain. Gonna do the middle jump down because it's 2 caves versus the 1.
Yeah, now that is... sorry.
And he can do this. Yeah, no, he can do. He can only do 1 check here, but he can do 1 check. It is completely in logic to do this.
Now,
and it'll be really quick to die because just get hit by a laser and you'll go back to start, which is what you want.
However, that is through the long route of Bunny Cave to get up the mountain.
Yeah?
That is not a fun route to get up.
No, I mean, ideally, there's nothing here you need to get back to anytime soon. So a Fire Rod showing up before we have better access to the mountain would not be ideal. Yeah, and it's not really good access anyway, so... Like there's I mean there could be better access, but there actually might not be any better access.
We did get that blue mail in the back of the tavern.
Speaking of Spiral Cave, he's gonna do the rest of these checks first and then go back to that. Oh, hi Laser Bridge. Hi Autologic Laser Bridge, because we only have 3 hearts and no safety items. Oh, we have the blue mail.
Yeah, but one laser hit and we fall down. That's
what happened to Willard there. So he's gonna do this. At least with the pseudo boots, the laser skips are a little bit easier. What you can do, and what I like to do, is for the first and the last one, I like to you can fall down and then you can use your iframes to get to the chest. Nice small key to this dungeon. But the rest of it, these other ones, you have to do laser skips. You did a very nice laser skip on the second chest there. Another very nice laser skip. You know, it'll be interesting to see if he goes all the way to Crystal Roller Room.
Still has a few more checks to do. I don't think so.
Okay, let's see what happens to Ramon here. He's gonna go ahead and get these items and see what he decides to do. He's got a few extra hearts, so the bomb jump is a little bit... He'll have a few more tries at the bomb jump if he wants to do that.
Willard choosing to actually go through here.
I mean, the rail maze here is incredibly simple. Because he just pulled up. I'm guessing that the developers of the original game did it this way so that when people got lost with the lamp, they could always get back just by holding up. So it helps. It works for us to be able to just do that in modes where you can come into the into Turtle Rock at the bottom. Small key to Misery Mire, completely. Just behind the lamp, not in logic yet. The small keys to Misery Mire are really not necessary. You don't need any small keys to full clear Misery Mire. However, there's a sword that Willard missed by going through Paradox Cave. Ramon decides not to. But yeah, there's okay game. But yeah, the Misery Mire small keys, just to get back to that, the 2 items on the left side are behind 3 small keys. So you tend to keep track of that, to know what those in logic, but you tend to just do it anyway.
Now, Garen was in the well drop down, so Magic Pad was vanilla. Oh, hi, Meyer.
Yeah, speaking of Misery Mire, we can't do that yet without real boots or a hookshot. Bumper Cave, we can't do anything there yet. Of course, my tradition is that I always find both sides of Bumper Cave before I actually have to go through it, so...
That's a flute on Willow J. Bradley.
Yeah, so that'll be really good for him, because now he has a very good reason to go back to Kakariko. Activate that flute, and he'll get all the other goodies that Ramon's finding. Let's see if there's anything in Blindside. A bug net, oof. So far, 0 for 3. I mean, the bombs would be nice if you didn't have any already. I don't know how many he walked in here with, though.
Was this vanilla?
No. This was, I want to say, I think it was the Fortune Teller.
Oh, right. Almost.
Oh
my
god. Spiral Cave. Oh, wow.
Okay, Willard just hit jackpot with this one.
That is it. You know, and now we're in West Death Mountain.
Okay,
and that's probably the old man cave. Let's see how well Willard can do this without a sword or a lamp.
But the block works.
It's not ideal, but it works.
Useless fairy. So we have a well and one more check. One more drop down.
We haven't seen Magic Bat. I don't think we've seen.
Yeah, Magic Bat was vanilla.
Okay. What about Lumberjack and?
Yeah, Lumberjack and well are the 2 ones we haven't seen yet. No, there's one more.
There's 3. No, we haven't seen Thieves Hideout or the Forest Hideout, whatever the thing's called.
Yeah.
Nice job, Willard, with 1.5 hearts and.
Which means that we are guaranteed to have at least one item behind the Lumberjacks here.
Yeah, but we might be able to see it.
We might.
You get to see it. Okay.
Not a big key. Okay.
We're not killing Aga 1.
Nope.
Of course, now we have the possibility, we have a 50-50 whether the well is behind Aga 2.
And considering our number of GT keys, that's more and more likely.
Yep. Yeah, Willard's gonna grab one of these fairies because no sword. He has a hammer to deal with dead rocks and nothing that he deals with the boulders. Good thing he's got some blue mail there though.
Yeah, I call them cabbages.
Okay, that's the other side of Speck Rock Cave. So now Willard has seen one side of that. He doesn't have to ever worry about going down that way. And back of escape for Ramon. Big key to thieves. A map. A useless map. And a heart piece. Okay, so the big key to Thieves Town, the prize there.
That's always good to find before you actually enter Thieves Town.
Yeah, it would be nice to have the hammer and the small key as well. Yeah, see, there's the other side of Bumper.
Okay.
Bumper is now a useless connector. Actually, I wouldn't say completely useless. Again,
Yeah.
we don't have. Well, no, it is for Willard. He's got that flute now. He doesn't need to have a good connector to the mountain.
Yeah. Any rupees on the island? Red crystal, Thieves Town, regular crystal, odd.
Kind of an early map check for cross keys, but like sometimes you'll see players don't even bother doing any map checks because of the letter that shows up now on the HUD to tell you whether something's a pendant or a crystal.
Yeah. We did get bumbos, so we have some
And
fire.
money. And Willard decides, I want some money. I imagine he won't farm up much more than just this one trip in. Yeah, he's just gonna grab 50 rupees and leave.
And there Ramon finds all 3 entrances to Paradise Cave.
There's that GT big for Willard. He hasn't found Ganon yet, so okay, no, yeah, so he's gonna want to drop down here.
Yeah, he hasn't found it.
Gonna check this entrance. This isn't a bad location. I mean, it's a terrible location in general as a starting spot. Let's be fair. But he does want to get back to Kakariko and activate that flute, and it is actually pretty easy to get to Kakariko from here. So he probably will just do the drop down and then save and quit back to. I mean, you could save and quit to either location, I suppose. I'm not sure which is faster.
Is we're gonna go from the
Might. Well, he wants to walk out because, I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, it's just faster, whether it would be faster to go ahead and walk out or just save and quit to Sank to get to the back of escape here. But he is doing Mimic Clip. So he will have to do this the hard way. And that is, say, not with a bottle. And Ramon checked more of these entrances over at Eastern. Willard found a connector and followed it. I think it was Super Bunny. And Ramon decided to check all the other entrances. I didn't think I think he got a piece of heart somewhere. And now he's going to follow Super Bunny. Accidental menu to the map.
Interesting setup.
Yeah, I've not seen it this way before, where he doesn't actually hold on to the wall. That's new. A very nice bufferless Mimic Clip there, though. Let's see if he gets any payout from this. Piece of heart.
I mean, we're gonna need help.
No. He can do a couple more checks because with the hammer he can actually get to.
And that vanilla key.
Yeah. No reason to use that vanilla key right now. Might as well save it. Because he can just run across here and get these other 2 checks that are now in logic with that small key. Oh, he's gonna use it. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can get...
These are the... I'm not a fan of skipping in-logic checks for out-of-logic checks. If he wants to now check the 2 in-logic checks,
Yeah,
he has to Mimic Clip again.
Yeah.
Especially given that he's gonna have to do this. Now, this is one of the easiest dark rooms in the game. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 hearts, and no sword to see by.
Well, that's some more money. Really?
I mean, he's got Zor money now. Not that we have access to Zor in Logic right now. We'll see if he does yeah, looks like he's gonna even go for the bomb jump.
Yeah.
Which
really
again,
nice,
this room is not, again, it's another room that's not difficult to do in the dark, but without a sword, it becomes a lot more difficult than normal.
And that was some fantastic laser bridge skips there from Ramon.
Yes, it really was.
Yeah.
Good of you to shout that out.
That block makes it a little bit easier.
It's just, yeah,
He gets the kill.
I think it's easier to actually let the block be somewhere, yeah, because you can see the movement better with the block not, because if you're in the middle of the screen, it just looks like a block bouncing up and down in one place.
Yeah.
See if he can, okay, he gets both items, nicely done.
Ramon gets his loot.
And I said in Logic checks with that small key. That small key doesn't put those checks in Logic until we have a bow or a small key elsewhere. So I guess they're technically not in Logic. So we're going to back. You're not. I was mistaken in saying that he was abandoning the in Logic checks because none of them were in Logic. But yeah, still, I still might have gone for those first.
Yeah, and Ramon is going to follow Willard here up the mountain and get his hammer here. And he hasn't gotten the cane yet. I don't think.
Right, he still needs to go into Desert Palace.
Yeah,
he's got that small key. So for him, it's a 3-item play.
Yeah,
so.
and that was in library, right?
Yeah, I was southwest of Kakariko. But yeah, I agree with Azure and Chad. I don't hate the play as much. Well, I don't really hate the play. With that small key not being in Logic, going to the back is probably fine. Oh, no. That's a pretty dumb start spot. I mean, once you have a mirror and a hook shot, it's not too bad. But right now, that start spot from the mountain is completely useless.
Yeah. So our starting locations have been really, really bad.
Yeah, our starting locations are just god awful. Now he has one more that he can check, and probably will check at some point. That goes to the back of them. Of course, again, no lamp, so not in Logic. But of course, the old man rescue's not in Logic until you have a lamp anyway. So no reason to not check it at an appropriate time. But right now, he wants to get that flute activated and finish up his Kakariko stuff. That's 100 rupees on the shovel. So Willard, pretty much all the rupees he's going to need. Has enough to do dig game when he gets there. Has enough to do Zora when he gets there. Has enough to open pod when he gets there. So doesn't really need rupees at this point.
The one thing that is making Ramon's trip up here so much faster is that sword.
Oh, that sword! Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Well, I don't know if the sword makes as much of a difference as far as dashing on the mountain, because you can't run through dead rocks, but just having the sword in general.
Yeah, just having it in general.
His old man rescue. I mean, Willard did a very nice job with that can of Samaria, but the sword is so much faster.
I was thinking Spiral Cave, for example, is so much faster.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And Willard gets his sword a little bit later. He's going to see the other side of Paradox Cave and realize it's completely useless as a connector. You'll see Ganon. And Ramon says, I don't need money. I'll often do what Willard did, which is when I see that cave, I just grab the rupees in there. But it's off on me. He's got 339. He'd have to farm quite a bit to give him to Zora money anyway. And so one farm doesn't really do much good. You'd have to do a lot more. And at this point, probably not worth it. Now Willard's seen both sides of Bumper, so both runners know that Bumper does not matter.
So we are coming up to that point where our runners have sort of done the same things.
Yeah, they started
cleaning
tracing
up.
each other's footsteps now. Ramon has that small key when he goes into desert here.
Ramon, please don't tell me he marked off that.
I mean, it's desert, so there's 2 other entrances, so probably it's not
Fair,
going to be an issue,
fair.
but yeah. I'm not sure if he, maybe chat can help me out here. I don't know if he actually walked in there the first time through.
No, because he doesn't have Samari.
Well, he could have seen the entrance without actually going in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I don't know if he did that. Okay, activate the flute. So either he didn't see it or just doesn't want to do it right now. And I just don't know which. Willard's saying, I know where Ganon is, so I'm just going to blind do this drop down, and of course, it's the other bad one. I mean, this one isn't bad in the sense of saving and quitting out of. You don't want to drop down before you know where Ganon is. But it is a bit of a time loss to check it that way.
And you'll check it for Ramon, the minimum, okay? Oh, that's useless.
Yep, we've seen all sides of that cave.
Now here's the question. Did Ramon check the vanilla sand entrance?
I don't know if he did.
Which is odd because he was up at Lumberjack.
Ah, here's C-shaped house. With a useless item. Well, I mean, it gets a refill, but yeah. I mean,
a refill is nice to have.
Most of the time. In this situation, yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna go get that. We're not at this before.
No. Yeah, Will going out of his way for a useless map. GT map, Hyrule Castle maps, the completely useless maps.
Have anything here?
Saha. Find out our green pendant. Ice.
You.
Oh, we could have the fabled Gluffless seed. Got some flippers. That opens up a bunch of stuff. And right in the spot where Ramon would want it to, because now you can just do all the flipper stuff right now if he wants to. But he's going to flute away. Maybe he'll flute to 8. Probably a little faster to do that, but nope. He's looking flute. Yeah, I went to 4.
Okay, I think this is the desert play.
Yeah, I mean, if he saw it, he might be just thinking this is now the time to do it. And if he didn't see it, he might have just realized that he never saw it.
Yeah, he saw this.
Lumberjack has a medallion on it, so we have the well behind Aga 2.
And I think that was Quake, because I believe the bottom was nothing.
I didn't see anything on the bottom of that medallion, so it probably was Quake. I think it from that vantage point, you would see the swirl of the bombos or the lightning bolt or the ether. But really not something you need to go immediately back for when you find a glove, because even if you need a Quake to open a location, there's no guarantee that location is going to be anything. So no reason to rush through that. Oh, but we found a connector to the Village of Outcasts through desert.
That's nice to have.
It's a terrible way to have to get here, though.
Yeah. The routing of this seed is absolutely atrocious.
I mean, we have 3 of our 4 start spots. Well, 2 of our start spots are virtually the same spot within 1 super tile of each other. We have hello bombos. We have a mountain start that's currently useless, and even once we get mirror and hookshot, because it's on East Darkdeath Mountain on the bottom, will eventually be maybe a little more useful, but there really wasn't much in that area that we need to go back to. So still pretty useless. And so
Chat reminding
we have a
us
flute.
that,
We do have a flute, at least.
We
Like,
do.
yeah, the
And Chat
flute.
is reminding us that Ramon did not get his cave.
Oh my god, did he even check the right side? Or did
Yeah,
he just check it?
he checked the right side and then he went out right entrance.
Okay, well, I mean, at some point he's gonna have to get there, because...
Yeah.
I mean,
because-
I guess there's still the slight possibility the cane won't be required, but that's... I mean, that would require Meyer and Turtle Rock to both be pendants, and it would require not having to do GT right side. It's a lot to ask for in a seed. Pod small key. Hey, Pod! those checks in Potter Nat that Willard didn't do are now in Logic.
yeah.
Big key to Eastern.
Ramon's not gonna go back there because that's
Not for just the big chest, no.
Just watch the Bobby vanilla.
I mean, there's 2 bows though, so...
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that could be hilarious.
Okay, so Willard finishes up C-shaped house. Gonna check the other mountain cave start spot.
We're just gonna go steal this key.
Not having the cane is gonna hurt Ramon right here. This isn't too bad. You've got a sword to kill things with. But having the cane would just make this so much better. Ooh, Hyrule Castle for Willard. I don't know if we saw this from Ramon yet. Did not see what entrance this was.
Where is the War Master for Ramon?
It's coming. Big key to Skull Woods. I mean, I don't know other people's routing tendencies, but that's a really bad location for that for me. Because I tend to like to wait until I have at least one of the Skullwoods big key or the fire rod, so I don't have to triple dip this area.
Yeah,
that was a Skullwoods big key.
And that was a true vanilla Skullwoods big
It was. That is exactly where the Skullwoods big key normally would be. The other cane. Laser Bridge is in Logic now. Not sure we got anything that was that useful out of there, but it's in Logic now.
So we don't need the keys for Laser Bridge to be in Logic?
No, not if we have access to it.
Okay, no, okay.
I mean, Turtle Rock is another really weird one in terms of Logic in cross keys because Laser Bridge can be behind 3 keys if your only accessible entrance to Turtle Rock is the front. I have seen seeds like that before. That can happen. It's not real common. Okay, well, don't die until you've got the item. Careful! Oh my God, Willard, no!
Willard.
Oh, that's not good.
No, he's not gonna go back to that.
No? Oh, no, he's gonna go to Dark Cross. I mean, it's not in Logic without the castle small key, so... Oh, he's just gonna check... Yeah, useless connector there. He's gonna check these 2 connectors.
Fair.
Okay, Ramon is done with his Dark World stuff. Maybe he can do the flippers checks now?
Oh,
and Floating Island.
Okay. This is a really good connector to have.
Yeah, that Floating Island connector, it's better if you can get it when you have the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a full clearable Thieves Town for Willard once he finds it. That's a Thieves Town small key.
Yeah, so that's a red crystal full clearable, so that's really nice.
You just gotta find it. When he finds it, he'll do it.
Bombos for TR.
And we have bombos.
No mitts to get up there, though.
Yeah, we won't be going there anytime soon. We don't even have a glove, let alone mitts.
So yeah, more water checks here. Normal. Willard.
Yeah, I think this is a good time to. I'm a little surprised he didn't just follow the slippers immediately, but he did end up with a. He did have to do desert and did end up getting the.
Oh, Willard is gonna
connector.
do
Yep.
some more.
Yeah, he's got 2 small keys. He knows where laser bridge is, so he could even choose to not kill the Pokey to get the lava chest here. He already knows where the front is, so there's absolutely no reason for him to go beyond chain jumps. We'll see if he'll see if he chooses to kill the Pokey. He could skip that. I'm on team skip Pokey kill if you can, if you have the keys for it, and he does.
Mini mode, okay. Compass the desert. Rubies. More rubies. Hookshot.
Hookshot is very significant. We have access to Hookshot Cave. Also, that Compass's desert could be significant. If Ramon has forgotten about that big chest, the compass will remind him next time he's in a desert entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're just gonna have to be careful here. Nicely done with that block. Small key to Hyrule Castle. Zelda Cell non-logic, which is not something he really wanted.
No, that's the last small key he wanted to see.
There are times you really want to see that small key. If your Sank start is at the pyramid or at Lumberjack, you want that small key. This is not a time where you want that small key. And here Willard's going to check out the connector at Hookshot Cave. Which Ramon can just do now. So he'll probably also check the connector, but he's going to be able to actually get the items.
Yeah, but does Ramon know where it is?
It's right here.
Oh.
And we get access to Misery Mire. Another map check. I saw 4 crystals.
Crystal Swamp,
Turtle Rock.
Oh god,
There's
that's an ice rod and love. Oh dear. That hookshot is very important to see.
I mean, we need it for Swamp Palace. Swamp Palace is a crystal. We don't have a bottle for Sick Kid, so that's going to be unfortunate. That's maybe a little more unfortunate. Willard's going to get that hookshot, and he's going to get the stuff at Hookshot Cave. But Sick Kid has something. I don't know when Willard comes back here just for Sick Kid.
Okay, so quick medallion is pointless.
That's good. We don't have to go get it. And the Quake Medallion is the kind of the least useful medallion anyway for other things, so.
It quickly deals with pen gators, but that's about it.
Yeah. And there's other good ways to kill pen gators.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really curious about this check right here. Okay, so Willard, if he never goes back to Sick Kid, he will be fine.
It's when you start piling up those checks that, should I go back there? Should I go back there? Should I go back there? Yep. When you get to the end of this seed, when you're having a one item go mode, that's when you start feeling, where do I go? Where do I go? Okay,
so Willard is going to find, I think this one may be the Village Outcast one, because Ramon would have wanted to go this way with that small key.
One might need the Desert Big Key to be reminded to go back there.
Oh, yeah, or he could find the other. We haven't seen Desert West yet.
Okay.
So if he finds Desert West, he might do it then. Especially since, again, with that compass, he'll see that he's only picked up 2 items.
Unfortunately, no snow here, so only 1 check.
And nothing to Death Warp off. Was he gotta walk out?
It's not that long walk.
Yeah, it might actually not even be slower to walk out, to be honest.
Not what. Willard is doing some checks that were on did earlier.
Yeah, we'll see if Willard goes into Skullwoods or not. The more significant part about that glove for Ramon that Willard doesn't have yet is that he now has just regular Dark World access with a flute. So his mobility has increased by a lot.
Yeah.
And Willard will be a little bit longer before he gets to that glove.
Line drop here. And we're gonna get that quick with that in, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, you know it's not Ganon, you might as well blind drop it.
You know it's not Ganon or the useless fairy, so yeah, might as well drop it.
You know, I mean, but even if it's a useless fairy, it's enough of a time loss if you have to check it and then drop that I have no problem with players not worrying about that. It's when it's Ganon that it can really hurt you to blind drop.
Ramon is following that glove hard and finding Hype Cave.
I mean, I guess he has a lot of. I don't think we've seen any of the East Dark World yet, so there are things still to find. But yeah, cleaning up with Flute cleaning up these glove checks makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that was Arrow Cave today, because I believe that was 4 10 arrows.
Yeah, that wasn't very useful, no.
That is one of the worst Hype Caves I have ever seen.
Okay, we're gonna get a look at the other side of the old man rescue. We said earlier Ramon doesn't tend to sequence break as much as a lot of other people, but finding out this location I think is always useful. It's not a very difficult dark room to navigate.
No, it's just the pits that is the hard part. Oh, that's the bridge.
Yuck. Yeah, Willard did this earlier. Yeah, this is how we got to Cairo Castle.
Okay.
Looks like Ramon doesn't want to do the, I kind of want to see Zelda Cell, but he doesn't have the small key to put in logic yet, so perhaps he just doesn't want to do it. We'll get his Eastern Big, and shortly thereafter we'll get his Skullwoods Big. I guess that's it. The Skullwoods Big is in vanilla spot, so he's got to go a little bit further before he gets to that. Chat saying, in fact, our tracker, shout outs to Dark for doing the tracking, especially since he is the only one. Cross-key is very difficult to do when you're by yourself, very difficult to do with a partner. Says that Ramon hates Hyrule Castle, so it might be a while before we see a Zelda Cell.
That might be a very, very long while. Eventually, Ramon is going to get that Hyrule Castle key, and that maybe he is more inclined to get there.
For now, he's gonna do what he can with his pod small. He only has one though, so he can't do a whole lot.
Did not see these checks, and these checks are in logic.
Yeah, they are now. Right, because the other Willard small key was the one on the right side that's behind the bow. Oh, is this a lamp? I mean, it's a fire source, and we can see now. That's an unfortunate miss for Willard. Now, he does have that small key. He can go there anytime he wants. Okay, that's a bigger miss for Willard. I mean, we're still going fast, you know? But that opens up 4 entrances. That opens up the, that bottle on the the Desert Torch. Granted, we have a bottle. I'm not sure where Ramon got the bottle that he has, but...
I don't know either. But yeah, Willard is not going to be happy when he finds those 2 items, because he knows he could have gotten those 2 and chose to go to the back instead.
Yeah, if this wasn't pseudo boots, it'd be a lot worse.
Yeah, true.
And the lamp, I mean... I'm a big fan of having that lamp.
Yeah,
but
same.
It's not like you don't necessarily need it. He is going to get it. Like, there's no question he's going to be going back to pod at some point, and he will get that lamp, so...
Ooh, big game. Haven't seen this yet.
Boots will be big if one of these boots checks comes up with something. And that's the bad Ice Rod Cave, so no. Okay, now Ramon can do some laser bridge stuff. Not laser bridge, turtle rock stuff.
Yeah.
Also with 2 small keys. So he'll probably just do those same 2 checks that Willard did.
Yeah.
And we'll see if he kills the pokey. He could use bombos to kill the pokey if he wants to get the small keys. Again, doesn't really need it.
Now, this is a bit worse for Ramon because he does not have his aim yet. He needs that cane for at least some checks in here.
Yeah, but with only 2 keys, if you're... Oh, hi, really bad Ice Palace because we don't have... we have no small key. Willard doesn't have a hook shot. No fire rod. I mean, it's completable. Yeah, Willard doesn't have a glove here. It's not completable for Willard.
I don't think he can even break it because you're gonna need that small key to even get anywhere.
I mean, he can do it the normal way. Or he could steal the key from the conveyor room if he wants to break it with the icebreaker.
Fair enough.
But you can't beat it without glove and hammer. That's a big gotcha that gets a lot of newer cross keys players. Because we're so used to having to have mitts just to get into Ice Palace that it's easy to forget that you actually need a glove inside the dungeon. It's the only dungeon that requires gloves inside the dungeon.
Yeah, Thieves Town doesn't require it, but a lot of people start lifting that block in the basement and then, oh, right, no gloves.
Yeah, I mean, that's a common... I mean, that's a humor play, right? You know, you laugh at it. If you're a player or watching, it doesn't matter. You laugh at it because, like, oops. But you still can do the dungeon. You just have to go around the long way.
We did not see Desert West before.
Yeah, this is a new check for us. Well, we don't care about that.
Nope.
And Spike Cave for Willard, we can't do.
Ramon
on 4 hearts, I mean, 4 hearts and the blue cane would be really tight. You can do 3 hearts and blue cane if you have full magic. Willard doesn't have full magic, so it's probably good that he couldn't do it anyway. He might have died in there. It also assumes you don't make any mistakes trying to get through it.
Yeah.
But it is in logic with the blue cane, and you know, the cape you need a magic extension. With 14 hearts, you can just do it. And just take the damage, but we're nowhere close to... Willard's still at 4 hearts, Ramon at 7. Like, where are the extra 3 hearts that Ramon has?
Yeah, he's has been able to pick up... I think they've been behind the hookshot and the glove, most likely.
Wouldn't surprise me. And Willard finds another dark room. This one has to be the Death Mountain Ascent-Descent cave because it's all we have left. No, I guess it could be to... He went far enough that I think he would have fallen down if it was the front of the old man cave. Oh, and we find Thieves Town. This is a full clearable dungeon for Willard.
Yeah.
We'll see if he tries to lift the rock. If a bow is in here, it could be really interesting, because Willard hasn't done any of Eastern Palace and has the big key.
Yeah, and that's a single heart now left for Willard. That's a little bit dicey, because these enemies...
Yeah, this is not ideal. There is a pot in the back to the upper right that he could grab. That is a single heart. Plus there's the heart pot next to the key pot. So you can get himself back up to 3.
He takes out Kane here, just in case.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. And the nice thing is with that blue cane, he will have a... I mean, it won't be free, because without half magic, you can't just turn Kane on and go. But it does give you an easier blind fight if things go wrong on the script. And most likely what he would do here is start going for just the normal script fight, and then if you get off script, you just turn on that cane.
he's gonna turn on the cane here because
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with this. There we go.
even Ramon skipping out on Spike Cave.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Spike K for Ramon is he can do it because he's got the glove. But
Yeah,
I think it becomes the end of the line play because I don't think he gets out with this few hearts and this magic.
and Dog Shopping Mall is a lot more enticing. Hey, 5 hearts for Willard.
That's a really nice refill for Willard. Sadly, Ramon doesn't have the mirror, so he can't mirror and get. I don't think he was. I don't think he had the glove when he was here in the light world earlier.
He went back for it.
Oh, did he? Okay. Fire rod. Okay. That's a really nice find for Ramon.
Yeah, Ramon.
And we do need it.
We do need it, and Ramon has been finding a lot of items.
Back at Desert, we can't do. That's a terrible place for a dungeon that you can't do. Because we don't have the big key. Oh, that's a horrible potion shop location. Yeah, go buy that potion now, because you might. Oh, you'll get. If Desert's a crystal, you get one more shot at going there, or if you have to turn the mushroom. Which, yeah, we haven't seen the mushroom. We saw 3 mushrooms in the hash. That's why I was. No, we haven't actually seen the mushroom. Thievestown, not a whole lot in Thievestown.
No.
Give us something. I mean, it's a crystal, we have to do it, so... And Thievestown in Go mode is not significant.
And Willard walked up and realized... Uh-oh.
Yeah, classic. We're going to check catfish.
Yeah, this would be a very orphan check if we didn't do it now.
A shame, again, not having the mirror.
Yeah. Well, you know, it could just be on catfish.
It could. Instead, it's a mushroom. Speaking of the mushroom. I don't think I mean, he might turn in that mushroom sooner rather than later, but... Actually, honestly, I would fake powder here. Like, that mushroom, then turn in the mushroom, and then,
yeah.
Not rush. I wouldn't rush to check it, though, because that it's just too far out of the way. I'd try to wait until I'm going back to Desert with that big key.
Yeah, and wait until at least I know if I have to do Desert. Because Pendant, Desert, back.
Yep.
Not better. Are these? No,
Okay.
these are not Castle Tower checks.
These seem to be Dark Cross.
We're doing Dark Cross first. Okay, on. Okay, this is
it's totally in logic. You could argue that this is easier to death warp out of, because you don't have to worry about whether or not you kill the green guard. Although not killing the green guard if you have a stun item is pretty easy.
Yeah, chat is being really, really difficult today because they're saying Desert Palace big key on mushroom.
That would be rude. I mean, the game likes to do things like that.
Desert map. We're gonna see if it's a crystal or a pendant.
We will be able to check. I think this is our first pod check over here on Willard's side.
Yep. Yay, we're going to get to see what's inside the cell.
I mean, if this is something useful, Willard's going to be in a lot of trouble because I don't, again, like you said, I don't think he's going back there anytime soon. We get a connector over at Pod that takes us to Bumper Ledge, which would be much more useful if we had a mirror or if there was actually something good on there.
Yeah, I mean, that is very good knowledge, but unless you are lost locating entrance
location.
That is absolutely horrible.
That is a horrible location to have to go there.
You know about it. It's not, where is my connector there?
Yeah, Willard still hasn't gotten flippers, yeah?
No.
The flippers are in the Ice Rod Cave area. And he hasn't gotten there yet.
That's an
He probably
odd
wants to have a
choice.
glove for them first.
Yeah.
Where was the hook shot? Okay, Willard's never gonna miss that 20 rupees.
So in terms of items, we need a bow.
That dark cave looks like it was the old man.
I'm just
from the
looking
front.
at I'm just looking at Ramon's screen. He needs a bow. He needs a mirror.
I mean, we don't even know what our pendants and crystals are, so it's kind of hard to talk about go mode.
Yeah, I'm just checking that.
We're missing a lot of big keys.
Yeah, we still need a whole bunch of keys.
Okay, so Willard is going to get his flippers here. Maybe he'll follow them. We haven't seen... I don't think we saw the Zora area from Ramon yet.
The Ramon did Zora.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, hot piece.
That's why I don't remember. These will be flippers here. And there's that bottle.
Yeah, Willard already knew about Ice Palace, so I believe he had a map.
Either way, no one's going to be rushing to... I mean, we saw Ice Palace entrance. I don't know that anyone's going to be rushing to do it. But yeah, we're going to see some more flippers checks from Willard.
Yeah. Now, Willard is going to follow Ramon's path here from like 15 minutes ago. And Ramon is following Willard's footsteps. So this is a very good time to remind you all to please go follow these runners. They're an excellent chat. They are putting on a fantastic show for us today.
Okay, let's see. We do see the Eastern as a crystal.
So, Eastern Desert, Pod Swamp, Thieves Town. What do we have left?
We don't know Desert. We don't know Hera.
We don't know Meyer.
We don't know Meyer. And we have 2 pendants outstanding, so...
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I remember the Mini Moldorm cave.
Yeah. And the hook shot was here.
Yeah, that's kind of important. We'll gain that hook shot. We'll get him on a decent path.
Yeah. It will give him Ice Rod and Glove, and he's going to be back on track. Watching Ramon's execution of this dungeon is absolutely gorgeous.
Also helps he gets to do it with a glove. With only 5 hearts, I wonder if Willard will consider that heart container. Probably not, but it's got to be tempting him. I should say he will probably not get it, but you know, you got to at least be thinking, you know, I'm only on 5 hearts.
He might pick up this heart piece.
Yeah, you wish it was the other way around, right? You know, get the heart container from Zora and the heart piece on the ledge, because no one's going to go after a heart piece on the ledge.
5 hearts blue mail at almost an hour into a scene. That's still precarious.
Yeah. And Willard not going into pod, so he's not going to get those boots. Probably wants to have a few more small keys before he goes in there, or even the big key. There's that book for Ramon. Don't know that we can't get to any of the book checks yet, so we need a mirror, or all our connectors to that area are in the dark world. So Amir would
Yeah,
get him
well,
would get it for us in
there is
multiple
one book.
fashions.
There is one book check, and that is Desert Main entrance.
Oh yeah, we could do that. It's such a. I mean, with the flute, it's not even that bad, but it's kind of a one-off.
Yeah.
So now tied up on crystals. And looks like we're gonna get the sick kid check from Willard since there's really nothing else to do here. But since he was in,
this makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it was Hookshot Cave was the. He knew Hookshot Cave was gonna take him here. Unfortunately, just gets that piece of heart, which is not very useful.
I mean, it's a little bit useful for him.
I mean, eventually when he gets a couple more, I'm not sure how many pieces he probably needs 20. He only needs 1 or 2 more because the last 2 have not given him a refill.
Yeah.
Probably 2 more because he got that refill in Thieves Town. Yeah, and Willard, when he did this area, got distracted by a connector, and so has 2 locations here that he hasn't done.
Yeah. Very quick to get back to with the flute. Oh, that's the top of the castle.
Which we can't do all of because we don't have. But the dam is significant.
That's a big one because we don't need the mirror to enter Swamp.
Wait, we do need the dam.
Yeah, we do need the dam. So we have flippers, we have glove, we have hammer.
And speaking of the book check, yeah, the bad part about that. Oh, and Mitts. Okay, well, Mitts are kind of a double-edged sword in cross keys. They can be required, but they aren't necessarily required. Could lead Ramon on some checks that may not be necessary. A little surprised that flute to 8 is pretty natural.
Ramon is turning in that mushroom without doing...
Yeah, didn't fake powder.
Yeah.
Like, fake powder and cross keys is usually a lost cause. But every once in a while, you get a chance. When you get a chance to do it, it can really pay off. And even if it doesn't pay off, just the fact that you don't have to go back there again when you find the powder is not necessarily a bad thing. And there's that horrible hype cave for Willard.
We do get GT, which we can do quite a bit in here.
Yeah, 2 small keys. We can do the entire basement. We can do all. No, never mind. We can do all of it if we want to mimic clip. Right now, the climb isn't in logic, and I can't imagine mimic clipping the climb in a non-required GT.
What was behind that issue?
The well.
Oh.
But I mean, it's 9 items, but it could be 9. It's such a long check to do it without the bow. I just don't think makes sense.
No, it's too far. But still, 9 items. If you're down on a few checks, well, if
this was a required GT, say Ganon was vanilla, I'd be all for doing it. Just if you can mimic clip, just do it. Just get it over with. You get your 4 items. And I think we're down to 2 hearts on purpose. Oh, we get a mirror. And a sword. And a big key. We need that big key.
Ramon set up a death dwarf.
Yeah, he totally set up the death dwarf. Now he doesn't need it anymore. It's so sad. And you have to do it this way.
Oh.
Well, I guess he doesn't have to worry about fake powder anymore.
Yeah, we got the real one.
But you have to do it this way with only 2 keys because you need to steal that key on the right side in order to still have enough keys to full clear the dungeon if you want. There's the nice refill.
Ramon is on 10 hearts, while Willard is on 6.
I know. Well, we're going to Spike Cave. We have not seen this yet.
No. This could be big.
And this is going to be an end route play for Willard. He's going to do this and then save and quit. I don't think he can't get out.
No.
Just 300 rupees, unfortunately, for Willard. Yeah, so Willard should have a glove. What he doesn't have yet is the real boots or the lamp, which are in pods. So a few more pod small keys or even a pod big key to entice him back there would be really nice. Although we haven't seen anything behind those boots yet. The lamp is just a convenience item.
Yeah.
There's a pod small key. Oh, there's a boat.
So now the top is in logic.
We can climb. The first two spots are in logic. Now, you don't, if you have the small keys to do it, you don't just do the first two. You do all of it. You either do all of it, you do none of it. Because again, for the climb, you need no keys. You don't need any keys to do the Helmet room, the first two chests. And then you need 3 keys to get to the third chest, logically. And you need all 4 to get to the Moldorm one.
Well,
okay, so now 3 chests in the climb are in logic. I mean, you either do you do it or you don't. Like, you're not gonna.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure there are better plays at the moment. Although Big Key to Pod does open things up, and there's that Big Key to Pod that Willard could really use right now. He still doesn't have that small key to Desert. He's still in the one over here.
Willard gets his fire rod. There's the big thing. Does Ramon go up? No.
Nope. Okay. I think this would be a fine play for him to go up right now. I will point out, I didn't catch this before. This is a King's Tomb. So Willard does need to get those boots, because there were things behind there in GT.
That is a mixed-locked GT. Mirror is inside GT.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know that we need the mirror, but we do know that we need the mitts. We know that we need the boots. So Willard really needs to get over to Pod to get his get to Pod to get his boots. He needs to get to I didn't see what connector put Ramon over at the top of the castle, but that's where we found the dam, and the mitts are behind the dam. So Willard needs to get up there.
And the Terror.
And we haven't seen any other pod smalls, which is significant because that would be the biggest thing to get. The pod smalls we've seen have all been behind the stuff that Willard needs to get in pod. So the thing that one of the things that would get him back to Pod is to be able to do more than just those couple of checks.
Willard is going to fake Pod.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. And like I said, in cross keys, you rarely get this opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Pendant Hera. There's a little P there. Ramon's doing it anyway, because you're here, and it's a pretty fast dungeon.
If you don't get the basement. A sword. That's worth it.
It's really nice, you know? Tempered sword. I mean, it's worth it if you don't find the other sword.
Yeah.
Debatable if you do find the 4th sword.
Yeah.
And you know, part of that is when do you find the 4th sword? Because, like, a Trinex fight, the difference between a Tempered Sword Trinex fight and a Master Sword Trinex fight is pretty significant. So even if you found that 4th sword, found it after a Trinex fight, or even after a Cold Stare fight, if that becomes necessary, you want to have it tempered if you can.
There's a mid-locked sword and a boots-locked sword.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Misery Mire for Willard. This is interesting. We haven't seen this yet.
Nope. It's not in logic to clear it, but we can clear it. I believe without
I don't know that. Well, do we have? We don't have the big key, so we can't.
Oh, sorry, no big key. No
we can do 4 checks in logic and 2 checks out of logic.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because honestly, fighter sword, no cape, no silvers, no bow of any sort. Actually, in fact,
Come on, vanilla bow. Come on.
This is. The point is, this is actually a horrible vitreous fight that nobody wants to do.
Absolutely not.
So, Willard not being able to actually kill Viddy is probably just as well.
We don't know if this is a penetrable crystal yet, so we might not have to do this.
Might never have to come back. So it'd be nice if Willard could find something. Yeah, wrong cane. Oh, he's gonna go for the bottle instead and use his refill. That works. He didn't have any magic, so he had to go for the red. Because if he had tried to activate that cane, he would have been very sad.
This is such a nice kill of this boss fight. There are not many people who stand in the middle doing that, but Ramon is one of them.
Yeah, apparently, Ramon found out that the desert is the other 5-6 crystal. So we will need a desert big key, and we don't actually need to do Mire. At least we don't have to come back and finish it. So this will be a pendant.
Okay.
It should be, between the runners, we have all our information. Willard's still missing some pieces to the puzzle.
Just enough magic to do the torches.
I mean, he had to grab the pot to do the compass room in the first place. And so you get exactly 8 fire rod shots. So yeah, gonna be exactly enough. Okay, yes. That's good for Willard in that he can now go. He can do Eastern. It doesn't get him back to Pod, which is where he really needs to go. But I mean, Eastern's a full clear for him. That's probably what he does next. Probably feeling pretty good about that bow location. May not feel quite as good about it when he finds the other one. On the other hand, Ramon might never find the silver, so if this is a close enough race, that could make a difference.
Ramon did find another heart, which is good for him, because otherwise he'd be dead.
Willard's got it. Speaking of hearts, Willard's down to 1, so he needs to be a little careful here.
Yeah, he just got 1 container in the room chest here.
Oh, he's gonna fake powder the bunny beam here. Or no, he's not.
No magic.
No, fake powder, you don't need magic if we're gonna use the mushroom.
Oh, right, he only got fake. Oh my.
But he's only got 1 check left. He probably just figures might as well just try and survive it and go to the, and just do the death warp here. Just take a step into the spikes or into the fireball. Have we seen Swamp? I do not believe we have seen Swamp, chat asking. We don't have the Swamp small key, so that is one of the things we're missing. Actually, we can talk about what we need to finish the game now that we know all our pendants and crystals. We need a desert big key. We need a Swamp small. Item-wise, I think we're good item-wise. I mean, we know both medallion requirements, not that we're likely to have to go in there.
Yeah, so 2 more keys.
Yep.
And entrances, of course.
Yeah, we need to find the entrance to Swamp. We have everything we need to find that entrance at this point. Well, Ramon has everything we need to find that entrance. Willard needs to get back to Pod and... It's a shame he went, you know, like I totally got with the small key, him finding the small key that wasn't logical. Doing the back did make it a bit of sense. But as it turns out, you would have gotten a jackpot if he had done the kinda sorta in logic checks. Because right now he's just behind. Now, I mean, when you're missing keys, those are like little ice rods. The swamp small key is not quite as bad in that sense, just because it gates 9 checks. So if your swamp small key is your go mode, you get to go mode swamp, which is really nice. But the desert big key doesn't lock anything except the big chest and the boss. So it is basically an ice rod. So, you know, if you're Ramon, you hope you find the desert big key before you find the swamp small. So you don't have to go traipsing through swamp not in go mode. Willard doesn't know this, but he's better off finding the swamp small first and having like the desert big in a bad spot for him. Because that could give him time to catch up.
We have 2 checks.
Oh, he does have the swamp. Okay. He does. Okay, so Ramon does have the swamp small. Thank you, Fear Agent.
Okay. Okay.
So we're desert big from go. Oh, it was in Hera. Okay.
And that's boots locked.
I mean, everything's boots locked at this point.
Yeah.
Willard has to go back to. Oh, that's where that desert small key was. Willard has to go back to Pod, and there's just nothing drawing him back there.
I am still curious what's up the GP time. Because that's gonna be one of the last places.
I mean, it's 9 items.
Yeah, but it's
he's gonna do his crystals first.
Yeah. Oh,
well, never mind. There it is.
Right there. That's go mode for a moment.
That is go mode for Mon. That's a really fast go mode.
That's a really fast go mode.
Yeah, it's a shame because it just came down to early on. Willard made the choice to do the back of Pod when he went in there and sequence broke it. Found a small key on the right side. Made the choice to go to the back instead of do the 2 semi in logic. And they weren't really in logic, so it made sense to maybe not do it. But the fact that he hasn't gone back there for the 2 items that now are in logic with that small key is really hurt him.
Entrance mode, not go mode. Don't know
yes, we don't know where swamp is. But we have everything to find it, you know, like I mean, there's scenarios where if you have there's scenarios where if you have don't have myths yet, for instance, that you might, you know, not be quite an item go mode because, you know, you might have the entrance might be behind the myths. But we have everything we need for all the entrances that are left.
Yeah.
So Ramon's going to clean up the crystals that he has to do, which is for him, says no to the cape.
Okay.
He's never going to find silvers, but he doesn't need them at this point.
No.
We'll do desert. Let's see, what else does he have to do? He has to go back and do pods. He probably does that next. Oh, we haven't found Skull Woods back either, so that's 2 entrances that we need.
Yeah, 2 entrances still need, but at this point, you just gotta clear the crystal buckets if you can.
Yeah, do that first.
You don't need any items. You can go mode all of them.
Yep. I mean, it really doesn't even matter whether you do the dungeons first or do the entrance search first. Like, it's because, like you say, you don't need items. You can go mode the dungeons now, or you can go mode them later. So Pod is actually just right at Hyrule Castle. Easy to get back to because the Sank start is also at Hyrule Castle. Ramon gets his desert crystal. I'm gonna assume that he'll do pod first and then go search for his entrances.
Yeah.
So what areas do we have? We have the desert area. We haven't seen the 2 entrances there. We have, or 3 entrances, because we also have the checkerboard cave location. We have, he checked Lake Hylia Island, so the Ice Palace entrance. We have not seen, obviously, Turtle Rock entrance. Actually, there's a 4th entrance here, because we didn't have Bombos before. I don't think we or maybe we came out of there. We walked out of there, so that doesn't matter. So one of these is probably one of the dungeons we're looking for. It's not this one, though.
Could still be vanilla. We haven't checked the vanilla Skullwoods.
It's where Willard's headed right now.
Yeah, Willard's going there.
For him, if this is a vanilla back of Skullwoods, that's useful. Oh, Ramon hasn't checked this entrance. We know this is nothing, though. If this is Swamp for Willard, it doesn't help him at all, because he doesn't have that small key. And it's nothing there. Wow, we're still... okay. None of our entrances were in the desert area. Okay, so...
We have Bumper Ledge exit.
Oh, we have Bumper Ledge exit. We also have the Hyrule Castle, Castle Tower entrance. Because when Ramon was there earlier, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Willard's finally going back to Pod, so at least he's gonna get the things he needs to get to the things he needs.
Yeah. This is rough. This is very rough.
And Ramon, knowing he doesn't need items, doesn't even check the item in Chicken Hut, which is the right call.
Yep.
Oh, we also have the 2 entrances on the dark part of on the TR Ledge, the mirror entrances. I mean, one of them you could have gotten earlier because we could have chosen to jump down, but the other one, no.
Yeah, and at this point, Willard does feel behind.
Oh, he's got no. With that boot that location of the boots, like the lamp is probably like, oh well, that would have been nice to have. But then when you see the boots, and then when he won't feel that bad until he gets to King's Tomb, and then it just, yeah, and you just know you're in trouble.
Gets inside and finds the mirror. Oh,
yep.
That's
everything is in King's Tomb. Here we have Skullwoods.
So we are a swamp entrance left.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna. I mean, I think he's gonna be done within 10 minutes. Honestly, it's just there just aren't that many entrances left to have. Fine.
Yeah, and when you're in entrance go mode, it's so quick just to go from entrance to entrance to entrance. Check things.
Oh, Willard doesn't have the mitts yet, so he can't even do King's Tomb. He needs to find that connector, which I confess I don't know where the connector is to get.
Yeah, I don't know where that.
It might be right here. Let's see. Nope, this is Hera, and he doesn't know this is a. I mean, it's good that honestly, it's good that he doesn't know this is a pendant because he needs to do this for the Swamp Small. But I mean, it's just not going to be enough.
We'll get a sword of the boss as well.
Yeah, and Chad also making a really good point. Willard feeling behind, one of his better plays would be to climb GT for the 9 items.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
And, I mean, we'll see, depending on how long it takes Ramon to find Swamp Palace, it might not even matter. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the play I would make, feeling behind. And we know the best you can get there is a gold sword, you know? Like, yeah. There's nothing else he can get there that's useful enough. Oh, Big Heat Ice Palace and TR Big Chest.
Thanks, game. We're really gonna need that.
I'm surprised that Ramon even checked the chest.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little bit quicker than, you know, say, when he said no to Chicken Hut. But still. Yeah, okay. Yeah, chat make a good point. He doesn't know that he's not getting silvers. Oh yeah, checking for those is reasonable. What is Ramon looking for? He is looking for the Swamp Palace entrance.
Oh, vanilla.
But yeah, I mean, we talk about Willard not checking those. Had he checked the part of pod that would have helped him. Doesn't guarantee that he'd be in the lead, but I think we would still have a race.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too much for Willard to do to catch up at this point. He's got to go. Yeah. He's got to find the connector that takes him to Hyrule Castle top to get the dam, to go get the mitts, to then go back to King's Tomb to do GT Basement and get all the things he needs in GT Basement. He's got to say no to the climb, which is not easy because, you know, it's a 9-item climb because the wall's behind it. Meanwhile, Ramon just needs to find Swamp Palace. It's just interesting though that he has Ramon is. I think there's a lot of these locations that he never checked. He's going back to.
Oh, wasn't Bumper Ledge here in Pod?
Yes, Pod was a connector. I believe that is correct.
Yeah, that was a brother's connector to Bumper Ledge.
So there's that, and then there's also the the Castle Tower entrance we didn't get to see because when Ramon got there, he didn't have a cape or a sword. He had just the fighter sword, didn't have the master sword. Good question. What would Willard be missing after GT Basement? So he needs the pod big key. I don't remember where that was. He needs the desert big key. That he would definitely be missing the desert big because that was behind. That was at the front of Turtle Rock. Of course, we need to. I don't remember where the Turtle Rock big key he also doesn't have. I want to say that might have been in GT. It might have been everything with the desert big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Oh,
he's gonna get desert big right now.
So, big bomb. We have the two red crystals.
We do. This is Ramon's gonna do back at Skull Woods first, which is reasonable. It's not the answer, but it's a reasonable thing to do. So where is Swamp? That's a $1 million question for your agent. Where is Swamp? Unfortunately, we know for Ramon it is not here.
Willard is going to get his desert big. That is one key. Don't have to check pet because we don't need any more items.
Yeah, so what are our entrances? We have TR entrance and we have Castle Tower entrance. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bumper Ledge. Ramon didn't get to. Did he not get to Bumper Ledge, or did he?
He did get.
Oh, okay. He did the connector. Okay.
Yeah, it was happening.
Okay, so we're down to GT. Sorry, not GT. TR entrance, which is what it looks like Ramon's doing right now, and Castle Tower entrance. Okay, Willard finds desert. Oh, he can check the big chest, which isn't going to give him anything useful. We have seen Mimic Cave entrance. Ramon did backtrack to the Turtle Rock Bridge and check the entrances there. Oh, let's see if there's even anything interesting over here. Nope.
Yeah, blue piece. One.
you Swamp Palace?
So Castle Tower it is. Unless we missed
Unless we
something.
forgot. I mean, I won't swear that I haven't missed anything. But I can't think of anything else. If you all can think of anything else, yeah, please let us know.
Okay, so...
And that's got to be where Ramon's going now. Like, it's just going to be easier. I don't even remember where that connector was, but... This will be Willard doing desert, because he's got the big key. Might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Also, he's probably turning the mushroom, so we'll see the cape.
Right, it was this one. I thought it. Right,
Oh,
this
the
was
dark
the
one?
connector. Yeah. Which Willard didn't go through because he didn't have lamp.
Yeah, so the lamp actually... I mean, the boots are the bigger thing, and you can get through this entrance without the lamp. I mean, people do it, but it is the worst, in my opinion, dark room, and especially since you don't use it in any other circumstance. Oh, it's the bomb shop.
It is.
Oh, wow. If he had done it... Oh, that's so bad. That's a great bomb shop place if you mirror to it instead of walking to it. I'm not sure I understand why he didn't mirror to it instead of walking to it, but not a huge deal. Like it's not that long a connector, and walking here is kind of slow. So yeah, I mean what he did was probably faster if it wasn't the bomb shop turned up there.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't expecting it. That he was expecting swamp.
Yeah, I was certainly hoping for swamp. That's funny. That is funny. And indeed, we last location swamp.
But that is good, true go mode for Ramon.
Yeah, I mean, chat making good points on both sides. Like, it probably was faster to get there, the way he did it. But you know, if you're good at keeping track of what you haven't seen, knowing that the big bomb was still out there, and that you had like 3 places left, because the big bomb could have just been at Vanilla Gan's tower. So it's kind of a 50-50. It had to be one of those 2 locations, essentially. If we're not forgetting other entrances, the bomb shop was either there or at Vanilla Gan's tower, which meant then Swamp was either there or at Pyramid Ferry. So yeah, it'd be reasonable if you're thinking in terms of that could be the bomb shop. It'd also be reasonable to walk there and think that could be the case. So kind of 6 of 1, half dozen.
This is Willard actually going to get his swamp open up. Well, his dad.
Yeah, he'll get there from here. I mean, he's running out of things to do, and this is going to give him the dam, which gives him the mitts, which gives him access to Gan's tower, which has all the things. A nice swamp big key. Ramon checking the on-path chest, hoping for silvers. We know he's not going to get them. Silvers are speaking of the big bomb, Willard sees it, because he has a sword that'll open that, but yeah. But yeah, the silvers are in cutscene chest over in Misery Mire, and Ramon never even entered Misery Mire. And Willard's gonna grab that bomb, because why not? He'll find Swamp. I'll probably find Swamp around when Ramon finishes, but it's certainly reasonable for him to go ahead and check this. But it does mean he would full clear Swamp. GT, to answer the chat, GT is at King's Tomb. So without the mirror or the mitts, you cannot get to King's Tomb.
And unfortunately for this seed, the mirror is inside GT. So the mitts are hard required.
Hard required mitts. Hard required mitts, hard required real boots. It's worked out well for Rome. I forgot he hadn't done pod yet, but the fact that he put it off as long as he did, he was able to route Swamp into pod. Worked out really nicely for him. And we're going to get to see more Swamp here from Willard while Ramon finishes up pod and gets to Ganon.
Yep.
And Willard's missing enough things he might even do left side first. I hope he doesn't, because it's nothing else. The big chest, the big key is going to be like beckoning him to go back in. I mean, Willard's going to check the dam probably after he finishes. I mean, by then, I don't think he's going to be... I don't think he'll still be going, but his intent, most likely, would be finish Swamp, save and quit, and then go and check that dam item, because he has the flute to get there easily. You're not going to go, hey, I found the dam. Oh, hey, I found the bomb shop. Oh, hey, I found Swamp. Let's go do the one item over at the dam location first, before of 10 items Swamp Palace, when you're still missing quite a few things. Ramon gonna use some bombs to start the Helma fight.
Yeah, it's a really, really good strategy.
Yeah, it saves some. I mean, saves some time if you get those good bomb shots.
And that is 7 crystals down. Unfortunately, we don't have a big key guessing game because we're not going to be GT.
Darn. Half magic, yeah, that's a nice item that Ramon's not getting.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the 7th crystal, which is the item he needs.
Yeah, I mean, for Ramon, I mean that he checked the on path checks. Half magic would have been a nice find, obviously, but you're not doing compass chest there. I'll just see how far Willard gets into Swamp before the finish happens. Ramon into the Ganon fight. Already in phase 3.
Yeah, and some nice walks here. Only 1 extra teleport, that's nice.
Did you find the arrows in Misery Mart? Nope, no, we found them. Ramon did not. Doing a nice job with spins and triples and
really nice solid fight. Get your G's
very nicely done.
Get your G's in chat for Ramon and Divine Beastie Boys.
Yep, finishing with an official race time of 1:38.12. And Willard is still going, so we're going to stay with him for a while. Ramon, unfortunately, has told us at the very start that he does not have time to interview after the race. And unfortunately, Willard doesn't have usable audio, so we'll have the silent stream for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this seed really boiled down to that pod checks, really. Because
I mean,
those boots looked so much.
yeah, I mean, Willard. It's impossible to say what happens if Willard gets those boots and that lamp early, because, like you said, they open up so much, but after that, his route just is completely different. Like, he just, there's nothing the same about his route if he gets those items early. So because of that, it's just hard to say where we'd be at. But I imagine that we would have had a pretty close race on our hands. Well, finally, we have pseudo boots, so that actually, remember, don't forget those pseudo boots. So the actual speed with which we moved around would not have changed. It was more because the boots block things. The one of the things I really dislike about the whole pseudo boots concept is that it turns boots kind of into a fetch quest item. And in this case, they were a very important fetch quest item.
Yeah.
And so we get to run with them no matter the whole time. So hopefully Willard does immediately go to the dam to get his mitts so he can go to King's Tomb. But yeah, I mean, pseudo boots can be used in any mode. We decided to put them into entrance for, well, I suppose the admins can say why they chose that. There are times when I've definitely seen a few races where they really were good to have, but I personally just like I'm not a fan of progressive bows. I'm not a fan of pseudo boots or starting boots or those kind of things. I like those items to mean something, but as with anything, there are times when you just would, there's just some seeds that work out better if you had them in a different way. Where are we? Oh no, this is the Hyrule Castle, Zelda Cell, and Dark Cross.
Oh no. Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a reasonable thing to do. It's 2 items. He's got the small key to put the Zelda Cell in logic now, which he didn't have before.
A 138 in a cross key seed is super fast.
I mean, we've seen the pseudo boots. I think have made a difference in the times. We have seen some really fast cross key seeds, and honestly, he probably could have finished it, like 5-10 minutes earlier if Swamp had just not been in the worst possible place in terms of getting through. That swamp location, last locating swamp, which doing desert area first makes a lot of sense. It's the most dense entrance dense area. Doing and then the rest are just all one-offs. It's not like the one location where he had to go was the obvious thing to do next. It's one entrance, versus Hammer Pig, which is one entrance, versus TR entrance, which maybe the one you might put off a little bit longer just because it's so out of the way. But yeah, I mean, on the other hand, you got Bombos for a reason, so you're maybe thinking, hey, I got Bombos for a reason. Let's go do that. Yeah, there we go. There are the mitts for Willard. And let's see where he flutes to. Because now he gets to start looking at Mitt's entrance. Oh, there's not that many that he has access to, because he doesn't have the mirror to get to the desert area.
True.
He's got this entrance, which we know is nothing. He's got Hammer Pigs, which we know is nothing. He could do Smith in Purple Chest if he wants to. Actually, we don't know what's here, because Ramon checked this after he was in item go mode. And just walked right out. Small key to Hera. Don't go.
No.
Please don't go back to Hera.
No.
Just don't do it, Willard. Don't do it.
So Willard is gonna try to finish the seed, I believe.
Yeah, I mean he's still going, so
Yeah,
I imagine he
he's-
wants to finish it.
Yeah. But
So we'll stick with him.
This is good. This is good.
Yeah, the next thing on SpeedGaming main is until 5 o'clock, and that is let's call it out because it is a Link to the Past league race. It is Dante versus Jay Misher, the Pugs versus the Tile Roomies, in casual boots, and then I will also shout out tonight's race. It doesn't have a channel yet. Oh no, that's not tonight. That's not no. Wait, sorry. It's an open race that's going on tonight. Look at that information. Yeah, that'll also be here on Speed Gaming too. Looks like they're still looking for a crew. There'll be Akai versus Paspakana, playing a little bit of swordless in Game 4 for the Open League. That'll be Tony T. Young versus 112358. And I have it on his authority. That's the way he wants his name to be said. So that should be a good one over on Speed Gaming 2 tonight.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Willard is going to get the sad news that, yes, those myths were hard required.
I mean, he's got to know they're hard required at this point.
I mean, you could have found a mirror elsewhere.
Left.
You could have found a mirror elsewhere, but yeah, once you find that, it's oh no.
Yeah, he'll do GT the same way Ramon did, I have no doubt. Let's see, what is he still looking for? Pod Big Key? Is that in here? I hope that's in here. I know there's a Pod Small in here, which he... doesn't technically need. No, he does. No, I think he does need it. You know what he says? He says no to the powder because he's already done fake powder.
Yeah, I believe it's the pod big key he needs.
Yeah, he's got the TR big. So, if the pod is, I don't remember if the pod big was here or not. I hope it was.
I don't think it was, unfortunately. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't climb for it.
Right.
So where was the back of Skull Woods was... Oh shoot! I don't remember.
I believe that was in the desert area.
Was it?
With
I thought we didn't find anything in the desert. No, K45. Thank you, Vortex.
Oh right.
Because I was gonna say I didn't think we found anything in the desert area.
I remember it was desert adjacent.
Yeah, that's reasonable. It's desert adjacent, I'd say.
And mirror locked. So.
Yeah, 144 collection rate is pretty low for cross keys. Eye of the 200 plus specialist, you know. Yeah, there's that small key he needs for pod. There's silvers. Small key to Turtle Rock, we don't care about. Castle Tower small key, we also don't care about, although we don't know what the second item is.
But yeah, Willard is in. Well, he needs to find Skullwood's back, and he needs to find his big key. Boy. Yeah, that might be enticing for him to go up the climb with that extra small key. Right, there it was. So now he's in entrance go mode. He should be. Willard.
I mean, sometimes it takes you a second to figure it out. I know it happens to me a lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you found the mirror in here. You're gonna do mirror checks now.
Let's see where he goes. Where he goes first.
You might just clear pod. Nope, these are mirror checks.
Yeah, I mean, he does have one thing going for him. He doesn't have to worry about going back to Swamp Palace. He's already found that. He just needs to find Skull Woods and find... Yeah, just needs to find Skull Woods and do pod. That's it. That's all he's got left.
And kill Tranex, but yeah, that's a...
Yeah, that's right. He's got Kill Trinex as well.
I haven't found that lost sword. Probably up GT.
Okay, let's see where he goes next. And finish up Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Nice backdoor strats there. I mean, this is not even a bad time. Like, he's gonna... You know, he's... Depending on how quickly he finds Skull Woods, should be within 10 minutes of finishing. Nice Trinex. Ironically, Willard is going to end up with 14 hearts at least to Ramon's 11.
Yeah, but Ramon was in item go mode very early.
Yeah, he was.
We are joined by a Willard J. Bradley.
Yeah, spoilers, he is finishing this within 10 minutes. How you doing, Willard? GG's. Can you hear us? Okay, I don't know if he's...
Not hear you yet.
Yeah. We'll get that straightened out as...
Hello?
There you are. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm going to be real quick, because I don't really have anything to say. Because I just looked at, obviously I don't keep the race time up while I'm racing.
Okay.
So
sure.
I popped it open. I'm like, oh, yeah, 138. Sure. Good job. I mean,
yeah.
I'm guessing their first glove was the one at the dam or the sunken treasure.
Nope. Second.
Okay.
Yeah, he got the big play was when you sequence broke pod and didn't get the boots and the lamp. That was the big
I felt super bad when I went back and got the boots and lamp.
Because he went back there with the small key. And he just got those items. So
if I didn't get a small key on right side pod, I would have gotten those instead. But then pod was like, "Here you go," and I was like,
"And they're all out of logic."
I'll pick the 5 items over 2, and
I mean, at first I thought, I'm like, well, because I tend to, if you had a choice between in logic and out of logic, I tend to prefer doing the in logic stuff. But then I'm like, well, but wait a minute.
The key wasn't in logic.
The key wasn't in logic, so the checks were still not in logic. So yeah, 5 versus 2 totally makes sense. And then, just that you never went. There was never another small key or a big key or anything else to take you. All the other small keys were behind the boots. Like everything was behind the boots, and. That's how it goes sometimes in cross keys,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It was this series. I mean, just such little things. I mean, I didn't get to watch yesterday's race, but I know JP kept it within seconds, and then I know the game 1 was the DT missing. Was it the Meyer big key in Hera? It's like this could have. The way the races went, like this could have just as easily been a 3-0 the other way, or we could just be 2-1 at this point.
It could have been a 2-1 right now, but yeah.
Just some little decisions happening differently.
Itself, like I can't really be like, oh man, if I had just done the pod differently, this would have been completely different.
We have no idea what would happen if you done pod differently. Everything changes, so we have no idea what would have happened.
Because I would have had the boots, which only really led to Hera and eventually GT later. But
right,
it was mostly like if I gotten the lamp, then I would have gone through that dark cave over in the pod area, which would have gotten me a glove, blah blah blah. But I don't know. Like I was hoping this would be a lot closer because the seed was kind of stinky for a long time.
It was.
Yeah, it really was.
But then I see that I lost by 23 minutes. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't really care anymore. Like I'm done. It's over. I'm free.
Yeah, I can do other things.
I can stop caring about. I can start worrying about. I can start focusing on door rando. So.
Yeah,
the better mode.
And I know you're doing your dumbathon, so you get to do some of that too. So
I'm ridiculously proud of my team. Like the fact that we've managed to make it back to second round of playoffs 4 seasons in a row is nuts.
You guys are a good team, and you're fun to watch.
With only 1 team member change between season 2 and 3, which was JTB for DT. But yeah, who knows what the future holds? Who knows if we'll be back next season? I know I'm ready for a break and get a long one.
Yep.
I don't even know if I'll be back for the main tournament. I don't know. I honestly would rather spend this time hosting my own tournaments and stuff than participating.
Sounds like fun.
I think I'm at that point now that I think I'll get more value out of that, especially because I just hate stream delay so much. It's bad.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you in terms of I don't do a lot of 1v1 races outside of ladder because just not being able to interact with your chat. To me that just makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
when I stream, so I totally get it.
Out of all the league races this season, like I always just really enjoyed the co-op ones more. I'm not a big fan of 1v1s.
Co-op's just
as
fun.
much. Like co-op is just such a good time. But yeah, GG's to Ramon, GG's to Beastie Boys. If you don't win it all, then I'll hate you. Especially Fear Agent. I don't know why. I just had to pick Fear Agent. So.
Fear's been in chat. He set us up today. So
it's funny because we faced them off in the second round of playoffs in our first season, season 2, and it went better that time than it did this time. But I mean, yeah, like a minute 15 difference in game 1, a 7-second difference in game 2. Like this could have easily been, a throwaway game 3, and then we go into game 4 and DT
would have been fun.
DT stomps everyone with his large feet.
DT's been doing well.
So, but it's rando. It didn't happen.
He's the first person, DT, the first person to take down in Gembro in 1v1. So, it's significant,
Yeah, shout outs to people that never lose. It's always impressive.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for running the tourney. Thanks for doing comms, all that good stuff. I'll be sure to hop on comms for some of the remaining races of the league. And maybe we'll see you next season, WJPDTB.
Maybe we'll do a race together, Willard. We'll try and make that happen too.
Maybe, you never.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm gonna go.
Either way, I love listening to you when you do commentary. So those will be must watches if you do.
Well, I
comms.
appreciate it. Maybe we'll get teamed up for one of a future league race.
That'd be a lot of fun. I'd look forward to it.
Alrighty. Shoutouts again to my team, DT and JP. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for getting us to this point. Like, this is phenomenal. Like, I'm so proud of us. So I'm still I lost today by a lot and it's embarrassing, but at the end of the day, I'm still happy for my guys, and I'll call this one a success. So
yeah, well, I don't think you should be embarrassed about
I'm so embarrassed.
Race,
oh my gosh, I posted cringe on
totally
the internet. 2 hours of cringe. I made you guys watch like an extra 13 minutes of cringe.
We could have cut you off, but no, we're not going to do that to you.
I would have laughed. You should have done that. That would have been funny. Missed opportunity.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with all your future, whatever it is you decide to do.
Yee. Goodbye, everyone.
GG.
Okay, we'll just watch Willard do the Ganon fight because we're within a couple minutes of finishing, so might as well stay with it. Again, the next race will be in an hour.
That will also be a very fun race.
Yeah, Dante and Jay Misher going at it in, I believe that's their game 1 between. Might as well get the full name out once. Perfect Unadulterated Gaming Squad, the Pugs versus the Tile Roomies. So yeah, that'll be coming up in an hour. So come back in an hour for that one. And again, tonight, also all on this channel, we have an open race, a game 4, which should be a really good one, between Akai versus Paspicana. That'll be a swordless game 4. Tony T. Young versus 112358. And Willard already in phase 3 again. And does have silvers. So we get to hear about Ganon's one true weakness. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen the finish time. He wasn't falling, but yeah, that looked a little scary.
Yeah, we are going to get a finish here from Will J. Bradley. Get your GGs in chat.
2:01 on the dot is Willard's finish time. GG to Willard J. Bradley and WJPDTB, making it to the second round, as he said, for the 4th straight season. Well done by their team. They're a fun team to watch. One of my favorites. Meantime, Ramon and the Divine Beastie Boys, they'll get to move on, and we have no idea who they'll face because I don't think none of the other, most of the other teams races haven't even started yet, and no one else has finished. So, yeah. So I suppose we'll let the credits play, but it's pretty much going to do it for us. Titan, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure coming.
Thank you for joining me on commentary. Derek doing the tracking. The tracker's always the MVPs, especially when they solo cross keys. Cross keys is a very difficult mode to track. So huge shout outs to Derek. Follow everybody, follow our runners. Stay tuned. Well, come back in an hour for the next race and the later races today. Keep an eye on the schedule for more races in both Open and Invitational League. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all. Goodbye.